Welcome to this weekly show, the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast, where we explore wild tales of teen heroes and underdog outcasts from the world of flash fiction in a fun, entertaining way, like blockbuster action films.
That's right.
Get ready for a thrilling journey into not one, but two unique stories today. Make sure to rate and follow the show for more captivating stories.
Absolutely.
First, we'll explore mirror character convergence. You shared this intriguing piece about Maya, a neurodivergent artist who can bring her drawings to life.
Uh-huh.
Our mission is to understand Maya's journey of creating Mira, her mirror character, and what this creation reveals about her inner world and her path to self-acceptance.
Okay.
We'll unpack how this fantastical element helps Maya confront her struggles and find a place where her differences are celebrated.
Sounds good.
Then we'll shift gears to the forgotten frequency.
All right.
This story plunges us into the world of Leela, a synesthete who discovers a reality-altering frequency. We'll follow her as she navigates a shadowy group seeking to exploit her abilities and uncover how her unique perception becomes her strength in a hidden war.
Interesting.
Get ready to explore the sensory world Leela inhabits and the high stakes she faces.
Yeah. So let's start with Maya's story. The story mentions her pencil strokes being a hesitant translation of the chaos in her head.
Right. It really sets the stage for someone struggling to find order within themselves and connect with the external world.
Yeah.
And then this incredible act of creation happens. Mira comes alive.
Wow.
It's beyond just artistic expression, isn't it?
It is. It really is. It's not simply magic for the sake of wonder. It's a manifestation of Maya's deep-seated yearning for understanding, and perhaps for someone who truly sees her,
Yeah.
understands her internal chaos.
Right.
Mira, whose very name suggests a reflection, embodies Maya's vulnerabilities and fears, but also, and this is key, an inherent strength that Maya has yet to fully recognize in herself.
You mentioned this inherent strength within Mira. Where do we see that play out in the narrative, and how does it reflect back on Maya's own potential?
Well, we see it in Mira's interactions with Maya and the world around them. When Maya is overwhelmed by the sensory overload of school hallways, Mira provides a grounding melody.
Interesting.
When faced with bullies, Mira mirrors their cruelty in a playful way, effectively diffusing the situation. Think of Mira as an externalized coping mechanism, a translator helping Maya navigate situations that previously felt insurmountable.
Okay.
It raises the question, can externalizing our anxieties sometimes provide a pathway to managing them?
That's a powerful way to look at it. Mira as a form of externalized support. And the story emphasizes how Mira is both different and the same as Maya. What does that duality suggest about Maya's journey towards self-acceptance?
Well, that duality is central.
Okay.
By creating someone who mirrors her struggles yet possesses the certain resilience she feels she lacks, Maya gains a crucial distance. She can observe these challenges reflected back at her without being fully immersed in the emotional intensity.
Yeah.
It's like looking at a problem from a slightly removed perspective, which often allows for greater clarity and the identification of potential solutions.
And as Mira becomes more integrated into Maya's life, we see Maya's art evolving, turning math problems into epic quests in the classrooms. Like Mira unlocks a new level of creative expression and confidence. How does this shift contribute to Maya's self-acceptance?
Well, the laughter that replaces the stares is a significant turning point. It signifies a fundamental change in how Maya is perceived by her peers, but more importantly, how she begins to perceive herself.
Okay.
She transitions from concealing her unique way of seeing the world to sharing it openly.
Yeah.
And it's met not with ridicule, but with curiosity and even admiration. Mira acts as a catalyst, bridging the gap between Maya's internal world and the external social environment.
Here's where the story takes an interesting turn.
Right.
The art fair. It's not Maya's conventionally finished pieces that initially captivate the judges, but Mira's interactions with the other artworks. What's the deeper meaning behind this scene?
What's particularly insightful here is the theme of interconnectedness and the unexpected contributions of unique perspectives.
Okay.
Mira, as a manifestation of Maya's neurodivergent perspective, interacts with other creations in a way that reveals new possibilities, bridging gaps, and even completing unfinished elements. It's a powerful metaphor for how Maya's unique way of thinking and creating can contribute to the broader world in unforeseen and valuable ways. It makes you wonder, how often do we overlook the potential contributions of those who see things differently?
Then comes that poignant moment when Mira begins to fade. Maya's desperate plea, "I need you," is so relatable, highlighting our tendency to become attached to our coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
But Mira's response, "You always had this strength inside, I just helped you see it," is a powerful message about the nature of inner resilience. What's the core message there for us as listeners?
The central message is that external support, while valuable, is often a temporary guide.
Uh,
True strength ultimately resides within us.
oh, right.
Mira served as a mirror, reflecting back Maya's own latent resilience and creativity.
Yeah.
The journey wasn't about dependence on an external entity, but about activating the potential that was already present within her. It suggests that sometimes we need an external reflection to recognize our own capabilities.
And the ending, with Maya's mother embracing both Maya's and Maya drawing from joy rather than fear, really underscores the themes of self-acceptance and belonging. It's a beautiful resolution to Maya's internal conflict.
Exactly. The sketchbook transforms from a space of escape or perhaps control into a portal of boundless possibility, a place where Maya, in all her unique facets, belongs. It's a compelling illustration of how embracing one's authentic self can unlock immense creative potential and lead to a profound sense of peace and belonging.
Okay, now let's shift gears completely.
Okay.
You've also shared a flash fiction story called The Forgotten Frequency.
Uh-huh.
This story plunges us into the world of Leela, who experiences the world through synesthesia.
Yeah.
What's our journey with Leela?
Well, we'll follow her as she uncovers a reality-altering frequency and how she navigates a shadowy group attempting to exploit her unique abilities.
Okay.
We'll also explore how her synesthetic perception becomes her strength in this hidden conflict.
What's immediately captivating about The Forgotten Frequency is the immersive sensory world it creates.
Yeah.
Leela's synesthesia, where senses intertwine, isn't just a background detail, it's the very foundation of her perception and interaction with reality. This unique way of experiencing the world becomes central to the entire narrative.
Absolutely. The vivid descriptions, bus horns as angry bursts of crimson, birdsong as shimmering spirals of green, and her mother's voice as a comforting swirl of warm caramel immediately transport you into Leela's sensory landscape.
Uh-huh.
And then this mysterious hum appears, the color of oily shadows, something imperceptible to everyone else.
And that hum acts as a disruptor, unsettling Leela's established sensory reality and hinting at a deeper, unseen layer of existence. Her ability to sing back to this frequency, causing physical effects like flickering street lamps and levitating coffee beans, demonstrates a profound connection to this hidden reality.
Yeah.
And the latent power within her unique synesthetic abilities, it makes you wonder about the unseen forces that might be subtly influencing our world.
It really does.
And that's when the shadowy figure emerges, leading her not to a medical professional, as one might expect given her deafness and unique perceptions, but to this clandestine agency. What's your initial impression of this organization?
The agency is immediately portrayed as manipulative, viewing individuals like Leela not as unique human beings with extraordinary experiences, but as mere instruments to be exploited.
Right.
Their focus isn't on understanding or supporting these synesthetes, but on weaponizing their abilities for their own shadowy purposes.
Yeah.
It raises ethical questions about the exploitation of unique human talents.
The story then details how they teach her control, transforming musical notes into tools of manipulation and even harm. We see her silencing a politician and harming a rebel leader with her sonic abilities.
Uh-huh.
How does this period within the agency impact Leela's inner world?
This period has a profoundly negative impact.
Okay.
Leela's once vibrant, colorful world begins to turn sickly gray, reflecting the moral compromises she's forced to make.
Right.
Her power, initially a source of wonder and unique connection to reality, becomes a prison, and the hum transforms into a symbol of the agency's oppressive control over her.
Yeah.
It highlights the potential dangers of suppressing one's true nature and the ethical cost of wielding power without conscience.
But Leela manages to break free, and her escape isn't a typical forceful action sequence.
Right.
It's described as a delicate plucking of strings, using her synesthetic abilities to subtly disrupt security systems and lull guards. It's a clever and unique application of her sensory gifts.
Exactly. Even in her act of defiance and liberation, Leela relies on her unique synesthetic perception, turning what the agency sought to control into the very means of her freedom. This demonstrates her growing agency and her ability to adapt and utilize her abilities on her own terms, highlighting the resilience of the human spirit in the face of oppression.
Then she encounters Ben, who hears colors.
Uh-huh.
This meeting feels significant, a turning point in her isolation. What does this connection represent?
This encounter signifies the power of finding kindred spirits and the potential for collaboration among those with unique perspectives. Leela is no longer alone in her extraordinary sensory experience.
Yeah,
Ben, who perceives the world in a different yet equally extraordinary way,
right.
offers a sense of solidarity and the possibility of a shared purpose.
Okay.
Their combined abilities, described as staccato syncopations woven with her melodies, hint at a greater potential to challenge the agency's control and create meaningful change.
The story concludes with this powerful image of orchestrating a symphony of change on a frequency the agency can't comprehend. It's a compelling idea of using their unique perceptions not for manipulation, but for positive transformation.
Precisely. Lila's journey is ultimately one of reclaiming her power and redefining its purpose.
Oh,
Her synesthesia, initially a source of isolation and then a tool of oppression,
right.
ultimately becomes her greatest strength and a potential catalyst for a wider rebellion against the hidden forces seeking to control reality. It suggests that our unique perspectives, when embraced and combined, can become powerful tools for positive change.
So, reflecting on Maya's journey with Mira in mere character convergence, we saw how the act of creating a reflection, both similar and different, allowed Maya to externalize her inner struggles and discover strength within herself. The story beautifully illustrates the power of self-acceptance and the idea that sometimes the missing piece we need is a reflection of our own unique being. What resonated with you most about the way Maya's art became a catalyst for connection?
What struck me most is how Maya's art transcended mere personal expression.
Yeah.
It became a bridge to understanding and acceptance from others. Mira acted as a translator of Maya's inner world, allowing those around her to perceive and appreciate her unique perspective. It underscores the power of creative expression as a means of communication and connection.
Switching frequencies to the forgotten frequency and Leela's experience, we encountered a world where sensory perception holds immense power. Leela's synesthesia, initially a source of isolation, became her key to unlocking a hidden reality and ultimately a potential weapon against those who sought to control her. This raises a fundamental question. How do our unique perspectives, even those that make us feel different, hold untapped potential and strength?
Leela's story powerfully demonstrates that what we might perceive as weaknesses or anomalies can, in fact, be sources of profound strength and insight. Her unique sensory experience allowed her to perceive a reality invisible to others, granting her a crucial advantage and a pivotal role in a hidden conflict. It challenges us to reconsider how we value and understand different ways of experiencing the world.
Both of these flash fiction stories, while vastly different in their specifics, beautifully explore the theme of embracing one's unique qualities in a world that doesn't always understand or celebrate them. Maya found solace and strength in a drawn reflection, while Leela discovered power in her sensory differences.
And in both narratives, the initial feeling of being an outsider is ultimately transformed. Maya's neurodivergence becomes a source of creative connection, and Leela's synesthesia becomes her key to agency and resistance. This highlights the importance of self-acceptance and the potential for our differences to become our greatest assets.
Here's a thought to leave you with. Consider the unseen frequencies or unrecognized reflections in your own life. What unique aspects of yourself might hold untapped potential or offer a new perspective on the challenges you face? Perhaps, like Maya and Leela, embracing these differences is the first step towards unlocking unforeseen strengths and finding your own place of belonging. Join us next time on the Teenage Mutant Fight Club podcast for more journeys into the extraordinary.
See you next time.